Hello everybody. Today, in preparation for the release of episode 19 of the Dimension Door, we are going to be making a cocktail that I have called Norm's Nightcap. It is, of course, in honor of everyone's favorite rat folk physician, Norm Gunderson. And this cocktail is inspired by the kind of bittersweet feelings we're all having about Norm right now. And it's kind of a twist off of one of my favorite classic cocktails, the Aviation, and a less classic kind of newer cocktail called the Angel of Death. So here we go. First things first, we are going to want 2 ounces of London dry gin. I am using Beefeater here, and you do not need a giant bottle of Beefeater, but I highly recommend you get one. You're just going to want to pour your 2 ounces of gin right into a stirring glass. Next up, we are going to add 3/4 of an ounce of Creme de Violette. Have to love that purple color. I wanted a little bit of the Creme de Violette here to kind of hint at the poisons that Norm uses, but also at the berries that he's been fond of. And then 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth. I am using Carpano Antica Formula. It's my favorite, and I do recommend that that's the one you go for if you have the chance. All right, now that you've got your liquors in here, you're going to want to add 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. And I love the flavor, so don't worry about putting too much in if your dashes are a little bit healthy. 2 ounces of orange bitters. And then we are going to just add some ice here. And stir until chilled. Now you want to stir it until it's nicely chilled and a little bit diluted. This usually takes something like 30 seconds of stirring. You can usually tell it's done when the outside of your glass gets nice and frosty. Now take a Nick and Nora, a coupe glass would work here nicely as well, or really any glass you have, and we are going to strain this into the glass. If you use smaller pieces of ice, you might want to use a double strain method to keep any ice chips out of your glass. And then last but not least, get yourself a rapier, Norm's weapon of choice. Spear yourself a cherry, and there's your garnish. And here we have Norm's Nightcap. Now you'll notice I didn't have any simple syrup of any kind in here. The only sweetener really is just from the vermouth and a little bit from that Creme de Violette. So it's got a little bit of sweet, but it's a strong kind of bitter cocktail. We all had a lot of strong kind of bitter feelings about Norm after episode 18, so that just seemed really fitting. So cheers to Norman Crispin Gunderson. Yeah, still good. I highly recommend you give it a try. If you do, let me know in the comments or over social media. I'd love to see what results you have if you give Norm's Nightcap a go.